Hey there, welcome to day 28 of our Get Up and Go Challenge, February 2021, 30 plus day challenge. Now, today is the final day of February, and normally I like to wrap my challenges up on the last day of the month and then maybe go one day more. But since I said it was going to be a 30 plus day challenge, we are doing a 30 plus day challenge. So what are we going to do today and for the next couple days? You'll just have to wait and see. But today we're going to talk about frameworks. Now, we've covered a bunch of frameworks during this challenge, whether you realize it or not. What's a framework? A framework is anything that we use to frame or create a reference to help us make decisions, choices, to help us see things, to help us analyze data. Any tool we use, so we've used lots of frameworks already during this challenge. We've used, and I want to talk about a framework that has definitely impacted me throughout my entire life. And I don't think, I was going back through my homework in my little brown book, and I was looking for, did we talk about this particular framework? And I don't think that we have. Books can be used as frameworks. So Plan, Do, Check, Act, PDCA, is the global framework that I have found I use, and actually SOAP is a lot like the global framework PDCA, except in a different order. I don't know why, but when I learned it in college, I actually learned Plan, Do, Check, Act in college as part of my quality curriculum and quality training. And every single exam, including the professional quality manager's exam, included essay questions where you were required to use and answer the question in the Plan, Do, Check, Act framework. If you didn't answer it using that framework, you wouldn't get it right and you wouldn't pass the test in college as well as on the professional exam. So obviously it is an extremely powerful framework that people in my profession, the quality profession back then, use as a basis of everything. It's a foundation on which we build everything else. All of our studies, all of our data, all of our analysis, all of our collection. Plan, Do, Check, Act is a framework for doing our work, doing our job. So what are some other frameworks we talked about? We talked about the journalistic framework in creating our story. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. We can use that in other areas, but it works really, really well when we're trying to be 100% honest with us and what our story is. What's our situation right now? And then what do we want it to be? The who, what, where, when, why, and how of what we want our end game in any area or aspect of our life to be. Actually, this is a framework. I learned this framework from Tony Robbins, and I'm sure he learned it from someone else, but the different areas and aspects of our life we want to consider. If we consider each aspect, this is an example of a framework. So physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial, relationships, and contribution. This is a framework at which we can look at a much bigger body of knowledge or information and try to analyze it. A lot of the tools that we use, my Lifeline tool is a framework. Any system that people teach you, their step-by-step system, all of those are frameworks. I've done literally hundreds of them, probably thousands in my life, of different people's frameworks, and learned and studied about them. PSDM, problem-solving decision-making, is a framework. There are probably 1,000 frameworks or processes that you can use to make decisions or choices or choose among alternatives. We talked about several of them throughout this challenge. The head, the heart, the intuition, the plus or minus tool. Those are examples of frameworks for taking bigger pieces of information and making sense out of them. SWOT analysis. Yes, I am looking at my notebook. SWOT analysis is an example of a framework. The DISC analysis, personality tests, understanding more about ourselves, is a framework for understanding ourselves and other people better. Emotional guidance system, we talked about that. I don't remember what day now, but we did talk about our internal emotional guidance system and that we each have them. That is a framework. It's a frame of reference for understanding our emotions and a strategy for helping us to feel better or reach for a better feeling or emotion. Different modalities and techniques are frameworks. Hypnosis is a framework. Meditation is a framework. Different styles of meditation, different styles of hypnosis. There's a framework that is used, and I would guess scripts and I'm trying to think what the word is. Scripts. I guess it's scripts. Scripts and forms that we use that we fill in the blanks for. Those are frameworks. They're frameworks for communication. So there's all kinds of frameworks that we interact with every single day. So most of the tools that we've covered, if I think about it, are actually a framework. Any of the grids, any of those, I don't know if I have one on me. Let's see. Yep, here's one. The head, the heart, the intuition, any grid thing like this, any of the 4-quadrant representations you see, value ladders in the online world, the little value ladder of your offer, though that's a framework. Many books are written about the author's framework or an industry's framework and how they have interacted with that. So that is just a big picture of realize how many different frameworks and things you already have at your fingertips. And if there isn't one documented for something that you're doing, create your own framework. I created SOAP because it just described the steps I was taking anyway, but it's a lot easier for me to remember SOAP and then do the steps than it is to try to remember, okay, the first thing I have to do is figure out where I am and then where I want to go. It's S, okay, story, situation, where I am, where I want to go. It's a lot easier to remember. So we use frameworks to make our life easier. Now, after the last challenge, I did a little research and I found a little piece on article or a story or a framework by Phyllis M. Taylor. And she has 10 frameworks, she calls it, of life design. Now, I don't know if each one of these are considered a framework, but taken together, this is like her framework. So I want to quickly read those to you because I thought they were kind of interesting and powerful. And you can see if they have anything to do with how you handle challenges and change in your life. And then our action item today is going to be to simply, share a question. Oh, I want to ask questions today. If you have questions about anything we've done so far, especially, of course, about the SOAP framework, I would love if you would share those in the comments below or direct message those to me because I want to do a bonus after the 31st day. I want to do another bonus and we'll schedule it so it can be live to answer all of your questions, to make sure that you can get your questions answered. If, whatever you've been having, anything you got a little hung up on, trying to implement and install in your subconscious the SOAP framework, I want to ask questions. So today, I want to ask you to share any questions that you've had throughout the challenge or anything that we talked about that didn't quite get covered well enough. You didn't get enough information and anything you had to go out and research more on your own. Now, not just because you were curious, but because you didn't understand it or you needed more information in order to do the tasks that we were doing throughout the 30 plus days. Those questions, share those in the comments below. That's all we need to do for our action item today. But I'd also like you to think about this 10 frameworks of life design and any impressions you have about this. So what are they? Phyllis says that I need my magnifying glass because I took these notes in my bad handwriting and tiny print. Number 1, radically accept where you are in the journey. Radically accept your position, where you are in your life journey right now. I think we've talked about that multiple times when we talk about be 100% honest with where you are right now with respect to the story that you're telling yourself or your situation you're describing as your current situation in any and every area aspect of your life. Number 2, forget finding your passion. Seek to understand yourself. That's a good one. Number 3, define what matters to you. What's important to you? Number 4, brainstorm many possible pathways. Number 5, build a network through empathizing and learning from others. So build a network with others. 6, design your story and your personal brand. Number 7, try it out. Test your ideas and assumptions in the real world. Number 8, be flexible, adapt your plans based on what you learn, what you like, what you don't like. Number 9, focus on who you are evolving into, not one static future career. Now, she wrote this for people that were designing their career lives, but not one static version of yourself, I guess, unless it's the absolute positive, most authentic version of yourself, then go ahead but you're still focusing on who you're becoming, who you want to be, and that you're always growing and improving and changing and becoming. And then number 10, believe your life is worth designing. Believe that you deserve to create and live the life you want, and you deserve to have the 100% complete say in designing that life. I'm trying to find my page so I can mark it. All right, so today we talked about a bunch of different frameworks. We've covered a lot of different frameworks. Tomorrow, I'm not going to tell you what we're going to do tomorrow. It's going to be a surprise. It'll be a fun surprise. It'll be a good surprise. But today, think about questions. Think about frameworks. Think about Plan, Do, Check, Act. Do I still use Plan, Do, Check, Act in pretty much everything I do? Absolutely, positively do. Whether I'm starting a new challenge, whether I am thinking about dinner, it's just a part of my natural way of thinking. It just comes out of my subconscious, just like the SOAP framework does now. Once we have a framework that works so well for us that it becomes automatic, then we own that framework. And that's our goal with some of these frameworks. All of them? No. I don't want to clutter, and I guess my subconscious is infinite like everyone else's, and I could fill it in with all of these tools and strategies and then let it pick from them which one's best, which I probably do over time. But for the most part, we get exposed to people's frameworks, we read them, we understand, we pick the pieces of them that work for us, and then we move on to the next thing, and we read and we learn and we study and we grow, and we pick the pieces of that framework that work for us, and we ultimately create our own success framework. What works for you is different than what will work for me. And will elements of everything work for people, different people? Yes. But will your framework or my framework work for everyone? Heck no, because we're all so different. And I wouldn't even want it to. All right, have an amazing day. Questions in the comments below. Questions, direct message me. And I will, of course, be with you tomorrow for our surprise day 29. It'll be day 29 tomorrow. And we'll have a surprise because we're not in February anymore. We'll be into March, and it's kind of weird but fun going over the edges of months. It's kind of like a transition. All right, have an amazing day. I will, of course, be with you tomorrow. Bye.